Many people ask how I do digital art when I bring my tablet to school. They ask, what is digital art? Is computer drawing for me? How do I know where to draw? What program do I use? What is a tablet? How much do tablets cost? Is it hard to do? After being faced with these questions over and over, some stated politely, some not, I'm ready to share it with you, starting from the top. And I apologize for any camera wiggling, but I have some pretty delicate setup over there. It's like my phone is on a candle propped against a cup, and there's wind, and so let's get on to it. I've been drawing for roughly 6 years, ever since the 4th grade. Just recently, began selling my art at conventions. The last con being Mid-Continental Uncomic Con that was hosted in Osage Park the weekend of August 28th and 29th. I do commissions, which is where you pay me to draw you a certain thing within my skill level, and after you pay, I deliver it to you within a day or a week, possibly even a couple minutes depending on what you commission. And yes, I will take commission from my schoolmates. I'm pretty good about commissions, guys. I have a couple of customers who like to come back. And this is my tablet. It's a Huon 2H40 pen tablet. I would recommend it as a beginner's tablet since it's not especially expensive and it's well working as far as cheap tablets go. On the official site, it retails at $30, but I bought it off of eBay for $24.99, free shipping. The only problem I ever had with this tablet, honestly, is the surface. It's a little slippery, and that leads to sloppy line work. The pen, which is right here, you have to have this to use this. This will not work with any other pen. Has a AAA battery inside. I'm not going to unscrew it and lose it. That was my dog. He's itching himself. It has a AAA battery inside, and it has a click button. So if you want to turn it on, you click it. Right now it's off. Right now it's on. When I'm done using it, I always click it off. That way I don't exhaust the battery and have to fill it in with a new AAA. And no, tablets do not come with more than one pin, so do not lose this if you buy one. But if you do, don't panic, because everyone loses their pen tablet no matter what they do. Sometimes I turn around, and I'm a magician, obviously, because abracadabra, where did it go? This is surprisingly easy to lose. My tablet is 4 inches by 2.25 inches, which is small as far as tablets go, but it fits a lot of places, so it's easy to carry around. You might think that's too small to draw on, because the paper usually drawn, which is standard loose leaf or in your notebook or even printer paper, is 8 by 11. Yeah, 8 by 11. But it works out perfectly when drawing. You barely even notice the size. You get used to it really fast. You draw using hand-eye coordination, which is what you use when you're playing games. You're able to tell which button to push without looking down at the controller every 5 minutes. And if you actually want to get started with digital art, you don't have to get this tablet if it doesn't work for you. It might be too small. You might not like the look of it. You might not like the reviews, but that's fine. Huon, the site has dozens of tablets ranging from $30 to $400, so I'm sure you'll find one you like. And if you don't like Huon, there's other brands. Bamboo makes some amazing tablets, even if they're on the more expensive side. So it's all up to you and your budget and So it's all up to you and what you prefer when it comes to your tablets. Hello everyone. This is my drawing program. It's a free drawing program, which is a better alternative to the flashier but more expensive programs like Paint Tool Sai or Photoshop. Its name is Fire Alpaca. These are my brushes, most of which are custom downloaded off DeviantArt. The standard brushes don't offer much in leeway when it comes to coloring. Over on the right are the layers, which is an important component to digital drawing. On the top are the vectors. These make it so you can only draw in a circle, direction, or shape as shown. Next to it is the corrections option. The corrections option is important because it regulates how smooth your lines are. I took a correction 10 because my tablet's smooth surface makes it a bit hard to keep steady. Here's what it looks like without any correction, which is a little bumpy as you can see. Here's what it looks like with correction 10. In comparison to no correction looks like scribbles. It goes very smooth. I'm going to start with my sketch pen, which looks like pencil marks and was also custom downloaded off DeviantArt. For this sketch, I'm going with a gray color. Another topic to broach upon is references. I'm going to use this cloud reference here that I found on Google for my images. A reference is when you use a real-life picture to model yours off of, or to use it to master something. Some people don't like references because they see it as stealing, but it's not. Using a reference is not stealing unless you are copying the art exactly and then claiming it as your own. So please, if you're stuck in a rut, use references. I cut to the finished sketch as to shorten the video. As you can see, the sketch is messy. That's alright. Sketches aren't supposed to be neat, otherwise they would be your finished product. Now I'm going to begin coloring the darkest color that's concentrated in the top right corner. The color is a dark blue, almost black. That's the color I'm going to use. I'll use my brush to color in the corner before moving on to the next color. Sometimes it takes a while to find your colors because you have to be particular about it, because when it comes to tools that mix easily, you can't afford mistakes when it comes to your coloring. It's alright to color messy at first. As long as you go back and fix it later, it doesn't really matter how messy or how much white you leave behind. Adjusting a brush size can help you fix the problem of leaving a lot of white behind, however. The opacity makes it how easily it blends and how strong the color is on a different surface. For example, if you had opacity 100 over a white surface, it would show up immediately purple. If you had opacity 20, it would have to take a couple strokes to get it to the richest color it can. The next color is a slightly lighter blue. It's important to remember that when you're coloring your picture, if you want to move to a darker color, do not just add black or white to the picture. This makes it look two-dimensional and boring. Instead, go towards another shade. For example, the lighter the color is, the more I step towards green. The green, as you can see, is a bit of a neonish, but that's fine for this picture. It's okay to go back and fix your messy coloring if it bothers you. It sure bothered me. The next color is much brighter and another step towards green. I'll fill it in wherever I need now. Sometimes the brush can be a little bit tricky when it comes to picking it, especially when I'm working with a recorder in my way. Here's the color. Isn't it pretty? I sped it up for emphasis just because this took a long time and I had no idea how I could talk that much. The next color was the brightest of all. It's only a couple inches away from the full-on green and has a vibrant tone. As in the reference, you can see this is the neon blue lining the clouds. This is the color of the blue I've used. There was an issue with the recording and I had to stop and evaluate. So I undid everything I had done with the clouds and slowly redid it so you can see what I did. One important thing to remember while drawing clouds is their shape is indeterminate. They do whatever they feel like. Okay guys, I just finished drawing the cloud art. It's a little off in the camera. It looks a little neon around the edges, but I guarantee you it's not neon in the picture. So what we did is I showed you my tablet and how I use it, and I showed you the program I use, and I showed you how to draw the cloud, starting with 2 layers, my sketch layer and my paint layer, which is what I usually do when I draw clouds. If there are other layers, such as people on top of it, I will draw more. So this is my layer. And I showed you I taught you a little about color theory when it comes to shading. And overall, I think I did a pretty good job. And hopefully when you guys are able to get your hand on this, or maybe you borrowed a friend's, you can do something like this too.